A two-line poem by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Russian author, Nobel Peace Prize recipient, and a World War II veteran of the Soviet Union, aptly describes Private First Class Kenneth J. Tibbs' brief time on Earth. Some are bound to die young. By dying young, a person stays young in people's memory. If he burns brightly before he dies, his brightness shines for all time. Private First Class Kenneth J. Tibbs will forever be that 19-year-old Marine smiling so proudly in his service uniform in a picture taken in his mother's living room shortly before he deployed to the Pacific. Although his life was brief, he played an integral part in the legacy that helped shape the Marine Corps and the nation. Kenneth was a Montford Point Marine. Kenneth was born on May 30th, 1925, in Lancaster, Ohio, the fourth oldest child of Florence and Albert Tibbs' 7 children. His father passed away when he was 13. At a young age, he took on a prominent role in the family. He left school at 15 years old to help support his mother, gravely ill stepfather, and his younger siblings. In October 1943, at 18 years of age, Kenneth joined the United States Marine Corps. As he traveled south for training at Camp Lejeune in New River, North Carolina, he entered a world that was different from what he experienced in Ohio. Although he experienced segregation in Ohio and the South, it was even more overt. Kenneth and the other black recruits were prohibited from training with the white recruits at Parris Island, South Carolina. The conditions under which he trained were tough, physically and mentally. When he arrived at Camp Montford Point, the recruits were living in prefabricated huts with no running water or toilets. Public facilities were divided between colored and white. Despite the conditions, Tibbs was an exceptional Marine. He consistently received top marks on his professional and conduct reports. As a member of the original Montford Point Marines, the first black Marine recruits, he carried the hopes and dreams of black Americans on his shoulders. There was no room for failure. You knew the whole world was watching. As a basic training instructors continually drilled into their heads, you had to be the best of the best. Kenneth was proud to be a Marine. Military service during crucial points in our nation's history was no stranger to his family. His grandfather, Coral Tibbs, served in Ohio's 27th United States Colored Troops Unit. On his last visit home, he declared proudly that he would fight to make this world safe for all of his family. A statement that was so packed with meaning, given the times that Kenneth served, and given the fact that his girlfriend was also pregnant with his child. He was assigned to the 20th Marine Depot Company on February 22, 1944. His primary duty was that of commander's orderly, the commander's personal steward. 6 months later, Kenneth died shortly in an artillery attack on Yellow Beach, No. 2 in Saipan on June 15, 1944. Kenneth's girlfriend, Catherine Howe, gave birth to his daughter almost a month to the day in 1944. Private First Class Kenneth J. Tibbs is forever known as the first Montford Point Marine that was killed in battle. The initial proof that black Marines served honorably in combat during World War II. Private First Class Kenneth Tibbs, thank you for your sacrifice.